right, let's see. All right, let's see if I can put this up. Hey, family. Um, I was um trying to get up here, but hold on. Let's see. All right. Um, um, I just wanted to come over here. First of all, I want to say, do you guys feel that energy from the moon? I'm not really dressed, family. Um, if I start putting fans on in here, I think I expressed that before. It's going to be hard. I have to talk louder. So that's why I have this up some because I'm not really appropriately dressed. I have on a t-shirt, right? I have on clothes now, but I have on a t-shirt, so it's not really appropriate because it's like one of those spaghetti strap shirts. So yeah, let me just put this on. Hi, family. How's the family doing? You all feel that energy out there, family? Oh, that energy feels so good. Family, I want to say something, right? Hands down, I always say this. I have the best spiritual family up here, right? I love my spiritual family. That's one thing I can truly say. We had did a session yesterday with Tantra's Oracle family. But those of you all who wasn't there, you all missed out on something spectacular. I'm going to say that. The energy was wonderful. We got to experience the magic, right? The magic in it all, right? So the magic could be whatever you, however you want to say it, right? But the prosperity and abundance, we got to experience something magnificent. So it was very, very powerful. That energy was very powerful. Um, she did a lot of recordings. We got to see some things play out for ourselves, right? I can't say no more. It was a beautiful thing, especially to harness that energy with my spiritual family. A lot of you all participated in it. It was magnificent, right? So those of you all who really wanted to put your attentions out there into the universe, a lot of you all who wanted to manifest some things, that was the place to be, right? That was the place to be. So Tantra's Oracle, she really did her thing. It brought tears to my eyes because just to see the growth in a lot of my spiritual family, right? Um, I'm telling you, family, I went to bed that night like, oh my goodness, not only did I sleep like a baby, but I shed some tears too. Okay, I shed some tears too for my spiritual family. Those of you all who just was there, right? Um, Believing in those that are gifted as well. Um, just being there, harnessing that energy, being there, setting the intent with us all, being there, loving on one another, right? It was a beautiful thing. It felt so good. That energy felt so good. So I just wanted to share that, family. For those of you all who was there, you all already know. Okay, you all already know. I think I was telling the family a few days prior, like family, get in here, get your candles, XYZ, right? Ancestors have been calling on me to do some things. I've seen some things before my very eyes take place. I even had to capture the moment. I took some pictures, sent it to some of the spiritual family so they could witness some things firsthand as well. I'm telling you, family, when I tell you that that energy was crazy, spirit was actually moving through here, moving through our spiritual family. It was amazing. Okay. So I want to share that with you all, family. Um, we all know that when we do things in numbers, it's more powerful at that, right? So us doing that in numbers, we just bust that portal wide open, family. Right? Yeah. Everyone that night who participated, whatever the intent was, That's what it's going to be, right? They all is going to have whatever it is that they wanted to receive. Yeah. So I wanted to share that with you all, family. I got to get in the live because I'm not in the live. Oh, I want to see this thing. All right, let me try to get in this live. Um, and I want to say thank you, family, for all who has participated in that. Right? Thank you all, family. I love that just to see my spiritual family come together and just love on one another. And just okay, I'm in here. I'm in a thing now, but I don't have any comments. I don't know what happened to my doggone comments. All right, here they come. They're coming in now. Hi, Chrissy. Hi, Ebony. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Space GTV. Hi, Southern Bellas. Hi, family. Hi, Dana. Hi, Chi-Town Fit Queen. Hi, family. Hi, Queen B. Hi, BB. BB, how's the baby doing? I think I asked you that before in the other live, and I don't think I've ever saw your response. How's the baby? What's going on? I'm drinking my water. I don't have my big waters. I have to go tomorrow and pick up my big waters because this is not cutting it, family. This is not cutting it. Hi, Mimi. Space GTV said you need a money ritual before the football season starts. Yeah. Family, I think I'm going to get into some horse betting. Don't ask me how it fell in my lap, family. Don't ask me, but I've always loved horses, right? I've always had this thing for horses. I think that they are some beautiful animals, right? But it fell in my lap, right? And I said, I think I want to go this route, right? I think that's something I want to get into. So that's something that I'm looking about getting into. I already have my everything set up for my account to do my horse like my horse betting. So I'm going to get into that, but I want to take it slow because I'm not a pro. I'm not right. I'm just a beginner. So we're gonna see how that goes. I'll let you all know. But I'm telling you, me and the ancestors getting ready to ride this one out. Because I'm telling you, I was tugged. I was like, it just fell on. I was already thinking about this and it just fell in my lap. Right? Hmm. So of course I'm gonna be like, ancestors, which one? That's the one. And we'll see how this go. So you all know I'm gonna keep you all posted. Um Prissy said, love it. Horses are beautiful. Yes, they are. Yes. You win and the horse wins with that energy. Yes. 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 So I'm gonna be like, ancestors, what horses y'all riding for? Because whatever horses the ancestors are riding for, I'm riding for too. Right? So yes, most definitely. Most definitely. That's what my husband, when we because I do go to the casino sometimes and I like to go with my husband, right? With my husband, he play the tables. Sometimes so I'm only really on the tables because I'm with him, but mainly I probably be on the slots, right? And I be hitting the jackpot, right? And my husband, he liked for me to stand next to him when he go to the tables because he said, baby, every time you come, I'm always winning. Right. And then he says, tell me which one, give me the number. And every time I give him something, he always winning. Right. So yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna ride this one with the ancestors. We're gonna see. That's gonna be my little this horse, this horse thing I'm about to get into a family. That's gonna be like my little niche there, right? My little niche. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. Had a job offer fell in my whoops fell in my lap today. Can you please give me more insight into it? Yes, Capri. I was also I want to say I'm not gonna get deep into this, right? But I was reading your message just before the live, right? Because I'm getting into my messages. So one of the messages that I had got into right before this live was your message, one of your messages, and it was like bringing tears to my eyes, right? I'm just smiling from ear to ear because I'm like, yes, 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 because I'm like, family, when we are obedient, we gonna win every time, right? And I just want you to know that, Capri Queen, you know, just by what I was reading and what I've said, because I did respond, you winning, baby. You winning, right? Family, I wish, oh man, yeah, you winning. You winning. I want you to know that. But yes, I can definitely give you a message on that, Capri. Onto this job offer that fell into your lap. Okay, I definitely want to do that because I definitely want to know myself. Woo, child. Let's talk about this energy. Energy been crazy. Yeah, this energy is crazy. Even though my ancestors altar family, you all can't really see, but family, I went to the other day. I went to go touch my altar because I was in like preparation for some things with the ancestors, and I touched the altar. And I'm telling you, family, I could hear the vibration, right? I feel it, right? But I heard it first, like the rattle when I touched it. I was like, holy crap! I'm like, yeah, come through, ancestors, and they did come through from some of the things that I saw, right? I had to take a picture. It was unbelievable. I had to take a picture and show the spiritual family because I was like, this, this is I couldn't believe it. You know how when you gotta look at it, do a double take, like, how the heck that happened? Yeah. So yeah, ancestors have been showing out. Uh Chris says, winning like that horse. Thank you, I'm growing up. Oops, why did that came through? Thank you, I'm growing up and feel good. Feeling looks good. Yes, yes, yes. I know with me, ancestors want me to be getting rest, right? Getting more rest. So I was like, you know what? I'm getting ready to pull back. I'm getting ready to fall back, family. And I said this. I'm like, ancestors, yep, I'm getting ready to fall back, right? Because the ancestors had already been guiding me. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting ready to fall back. And I'm getting ready to start doing things that I love and enjoy, right? And I don't want to hear anybody mouth about, oh, this and that. No. Mm-mm, right? I'm gonna be doing some things I enjoy, and I'm just gonna fall back, and I just want to be in the presence of those who love me and doing what I like to do. Right? That's it. All right, this message is for you, Capri Queen, because I want to look into that job offer for you. See what the ancestors bring through regarding this job offer. Ooh, wow. Ancestors are just a talking. Hmm. Scrying family into the job offer. Ooh, ancestors, come through that message. Ooh, all right, ancestors. Looking good, looking good. This job offer, right? It's going to change a lot in your livelihood. I don't know all what this job entails, but I'm gonna let you know right now, Capri Queen, that it's getting ready to change a lot in your day-to-day life, you know, your activities that you do now. So you probably gonna have to make some changes in there, right? Somewhere down the line of the things that you do in your life. But it looks like it's rewarding in here from what I'm seeing, right? So this job opportunity is waiting for you, is very rewarding in here, right? It looks like a go in here from what I'm seeing. Okay. A lot of things that you're gonna have to make some changes. That's all I'm seeing. You're gonna have to make some changes, but the job offer looks rewarding. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. hmm not only for the betterment of you, but for others too, is what I'm seeing in here. So this is very rewarding for you. Looks good in here, right? Job offer looks rewarding. The things that you're going to have to do within this job setting is rewarding for self and others. So probably it's going to be something that's going to, give you a little bit of discipline, or you're going to have to have more discipline in your everyday life, right, to do this job. So this is what I'm seeing in here, but it looks good, right? It looks good. You're gonna help heal a lot of people in here. You're gonna help heal a lot of people in many ways. All right. I'm just gonna say that definitely, right? Whew, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. It's at a Christian private school for kids. So I could definitely use my gifts to reach as many souls as possible. Yes. hmm That's what I'm doing now. I'm pouring into myself. Very good. Yes. Come through the ancestors. This is, yeah. Not only you helping those children, right? But you're gonna love doing this. Yes. hmm Yeah. It's good in there. Um. mhm. So if you do it, it's good, right? It's good path. It's good path. Very good path. Mm. Um. Yes. Thank you. I want to focus still and pray about it. I already love to do it in my heart, and I haven't even accepted the offer. Yeah. Well, if you accept the offer, it's it's a go anyway, right? So if you accept the offer, you're gonna be okay, right? It's all those children that's gonna come along your path that you're gonna reach and help out, right? hmm So it looks good in there, right? Healing, healing, and helping a lot of souls in there. That's for sure. Um, you're very welcome, Capri Queen. Chrissy said it's a go. Congrats. Yes. Yes. Um, he said, Miss T, I've been working hard doing doubles, being dedicated to my job. I'm just wondering, is this all worth it? With little pay, I'm grateful. I just feel I'm overworking myself for this company. Um, yeah, Tiffany, I'm gonna tell you this too. Don't forget, and I know you said you've been doing doubles, being overworked. I'm gonna tell you something like the ancestors told me, right? It's time to slow down, right? It's time to take care of the physical. Sometimes we gotta take care of the physical being, right? So if that means pulling back, however, something gonna have to take a cut somewhere, right? Because we gotta pour more into ourselves. So adequate rest, right? Nutritional meals, we got to be doing this, right? We got to be pouring into ourselves. So that's one thing the ancestors have been guiding me to. So I said, I'm falling back, which I have, right? I've been falling back, but I said, ancestors, I'm about to fall back, and I'm about to just do things accordingly because I know that I need to get the rest that I need. I have to do that, right? I have to take care of the physical vessel, right? So, Tiffany, definitely make sure that you are getting, your rest, pouring into you, loving on you, taking care of self, right? Because if you don't, who going to do it? Right? Who's going to do it? See what's going on, Tiffany. Tiffany. Oh, ciao. Some trickery. Yeah, yeah. Mm. Let me tell you something, Tiffany, because this message, you can't make this message up. This message is crazy, right? This message is a crazy message that comes out, right? And the reason why I say that is because it all have to do with your possessions, right? Your earthly possessions. That's exactly what's going on in here. The ancestors is showing, right? Have everything to do with your earthly possessions, and to be mindful. Don't overwork yourself, right? That's what's going on in here. Don't do it over money, right? Or material things. Ancestors is showing you're gonna go through a lot of things, right? But it's gonna be worth it. So all your hard work and overtime and blah blah blah, that's going to pay off. Yes, it's gonna pay off at the end. But make sure that you're taking care of self, right? So don't be, how can I say it? Because I don't want this to say, but it's like don't kill yourself over money, right? Don't kill yourself over the position. Don't kill yourself over the job, right? Yeah. Um, of course you're gonna need to take care of self, right? So you gotta work, you probably gotta put in overtime hours, whatever, but still find time for self and to rest, right? So somewhere down the line, something have to take a cut. Something have to take a cut, right? And sometimes the cut means, okay, I have to put myself on a budget because I'm not going to be working all of these hours, right? So it's budget time because I need to rest, right? I need to relax more. Mhm. So please do. Um, they take so much out my check, the taxes, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. Family, and it's not getting any better, right? With this new tax bill that they implemented. Okay. hmm I can't stand working on weekends. Yeah. So what that means, you got to get yourself in a position where you may not have to do the weekends, right? Or you may not have to do every weekend. Nobody loves working on the weekend. Listen, my weekends, yeah, I want to be left alone. I just want to be dealing with the spiritual realm. Okay? But yes, I understand. Trust me, right? That's my time. Weekends is my time. You love helping your customers. Very good. Very good. Very good. Keep up that attitude, right? Because when we pay things for it like that, that's what we receive, right? We receive what we put out. Hmm. So keep loving to help others, right? Winning if you can. Hmm. We all do, Tiffany. Yes, we all do, right? You're gonna get that nice vacation you want, trust me. 2 to 10 on Saturdays. Yeah. Hmm. Nobody loves to do evening, right? I call that a no life shift. I call that a no life shift, family. I don't work every shift, every shift. I call 2 to 10 a no life shift, right? Because by the time you go in, it's like your day probably just started, or you had to probably do a few errands and you're going to work, and then when you get off, everybody is going to bed. It's like you have no life. And if you're a person that sleep late, by the time you get up, it's time to do it all over again. You don't even get to enjoy the next day. Hmm. I feel you. I'm up. I'm up early, family. I'm up 3:30, 4 o'clock every morning. I'm up. I'm in prayer and meditation. I'm up in prayer and meditation. Even when I'm off, right? I'm up. I'm in prayer and meditation. After that, I may relax probably around, I don't know, from 4, probably to 6:30. Yeah. The only thing that probably really would throw me off task like that will be something with the hubby. Because sometimes he would throw my routine or my schedule all off. But mm-mm, that's me. Hmm. Um, I feel you, Capri. Capri Queen says it should be a crime for people to have to work on the weekend. Hmm. Especially when you work through the week, right? Yeah. You do 6 to 2:30. Was never a morning person, but I had to make sacrifices. Yes. Yes. And sometimes we make the sacrifices for our children because I've made a lot of sacrifices for my children. My husband worked one shift and I worked the opposite of the shift, right? We did that until our kids got grown. Now the little one, he's just a straggling child. So he got any sibling that he can be with. So that's the only thing that make it a little bit better, right? Is now that he has siblings and he has older siblings and siblings that drive. So guess what? If I can't do it, they'll do it, right? If dad can't do it, they'll do it, right? Go pick up your brother. Go do this. Go do that. Go take him there. But yeah, but when all my children were smaller, right? That's what we did. Hubby and I, we did that. We worked alternate shifts, and somebody was always there with the children, or there to pick up the children, or whatever had to be done. Hmm. Yeah, and I didn't like people with my children. I didn't really trust too many people with my children. Right? I didn't really leave my children. I was never individual who left my children with, let's say, my mother or my sisters. Yeah, they went to mom's house, to grandma's house, and spend the night sometimes, or to auntie's house and spend the night sometimes. But that wasn't a constant thing. Mm-mm. That was once in the blue because I always had my children with me. Oh yeah. Even when me and hubby were going on vacation, my children was right there with me. My husband said, "Baby, this ain't no vacation. What kind of vacation is this?" Yeah. Hmm. My children was with me. Mm-mm. Um, it made me till 5. The 12-hour shifts is what gets me. Says definitely can't sacrifice the prayer manifestation. Meditation sessions. Those 5 a.m. prayer sessions are not for the weak. No, it's not, Capri Queen. Because I be like, I want to be at my altar at 4 a.m. Yeah, I be up like clockwork. I be there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Case one was some this earlier about my earthly possessions. Yeah, Tiffany, that definitely came out, right? So don't sacrifice yourself because of earthly possessions. And I'm talking about sacrificing as far as negative sacrifices, because sometimes we will, you know, do anything for our dollar. We gotta be mindful of that, right? And I'm not saying that as a bad way, because sometimes we have to, right? We got to get out there, we got to work, we got to do whatever we got to do, right? But at the same time, right? Don't lose yourself because of it, right? Yeah. He said I only spend time with my daughter on Tuesday and Wednesday on off days, and sometimes that's be my washing day. Yeah, right. 2 days. 2 days is not enough. 2 days is not enough to be off, right? Yeah. hmm Yeah. Every day, and that's what somebody was saying. Every day you running some errands. Yes, every single day. Every day something have to get done. I was just talking to someone about that. I'm like, yes, every day. Every day I have things to do. Right? I have to get back to folks. I'm doing private work back there. I got my physical job that I have to go to. I have my spiritual job. I'm like, yes, every single day. And I still have to do things inside my home. And no matter how early I have to rise, it doesn't matter how early I have to rise, I will still be up here at 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning doing something around the house. So that was me, knowing that I had to get up, I have to go to work and everything, right? I was up past midnight, not only because we was doing the ritual with the family, we was up chit chatting, but I'm spraying my house down. I'm doing all this stuff, right? Spraying my curtains down. I'm doing. I should have been in the bed, family, but I'm like, no. If I get it done tonight before I go to bed, that's one less thing I have to do tomorrow. Because tomorrow I want to do the laundry. I don't want to be spraying down nothing. I don't want to be freshening up nothing. I don't want to be cleaning down this. So yeah, hmm get it. Um, but you're gonna have a breakthrough. You're gonna have a breakthrough, Tiffany. I am gonna let you know that, right? I did see that breakthrough coming through for you. It's kind of like you're going through this right now at the moment, but them realms is about to flip for you. Okay. So all the hard work that you have been doing is going to pay off. It's going to pay off. It's going to pay off. Um, Chrissy says that's my goal from now to end of year. Wake up certain time for meditation. Be obedient with that. Yes, yes, definitely set the intent, and you will get it done. Right? It will happen for you. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, Chrissy, you got this. Mm-hmm. Intimacy, I have to get up because my prayers is what gets me through. Yes. Who is this? I can't even see this. Who is this? Oh, goodness. I'm up back. I'm gonna box this up. Owens. Hi, Owens. Hi, Black Gal. Let me see how to get this man out of my home. I've been asking him to leave for almost 3 years or more. He, he tries playing squatters right. I am not romantically interested in him. There's no intimacy. Oh, Southern Bellas. Southern Bellas. Oh, Lord. You're going to have to get do the old okie dokie to get him out. With that squatters right. Right? You have to do the old okie dokie. Right? Sometimes sometimes family. Whew, sometimes you gotta say a few words to the ancestors to remove people. Let's just say that. Okay? Yeah. Sometimes but you gotta be mindful of how you say it because they might not get removed the way you asking, right? Or the way you want, or the way you thought. So be specific in that. But yeah, go to the ancestors, tell the ancestors some things. Yeah. After 3 years, I will be wanting to go. No intimacy. I will feel like the person don't love me, right? Maybe it's time for us to move on. Why do you still want to be there? Southern Bella said, I am miserable. Well, we don't want, ooh, child. Let's see what comes out. Okay. Mm, mm. The way this comes out, don't first of all, don't be miserable. All right. Um, because the way the ancestors throw this message out, just be mindful. All right. Just be mindful of how you treat others. Okay. I'm gonna say that. All right, Southern Bellas. I know you say you're miserable and I know you want this person out of your home, right? But just be mindful of some things because this is the energy that's saying that someone may be getting called to the ancestors soon enough, right? So something is definitely brewing, something is going on in there, right? So just treat others how you want to be treated. I'm just want to say that. All right. Um and this energy is directed towards the individual that you want out of your home. But the way the ancestors has thrown this message out is letting me know some things. One of the things that is letting me know that somebody is going to see their way out of here, right? Not only is it a disconnect in the communication, but is a disconnect in someone's life, right? This message is crazy the way it comes out. Right? This is definitely a dead end, right? This is definitely a dead end. This is a dead end. This is a dead end. Either way you put it, it's a dead end. 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 That's a dead end. Right? Some turn of events is getting ready to turn around. Right? This is somebody's life. So going forward, just treat those how you want to be treated, right? Because sometimes people dig their own grave, right? And I hate to say that, right? Because we don't want death to come to no one or any, ill will. But when people try to be evil and wicked, right? Sometimes you just dig whatever's going to happen. You dig it for yourself. So just be mindful of that. So I'm telling you in return to just be mindful of how you are treating that individual. Okay, just be mindful of that. Okay, because somebody's interrupting somebody's living conditions. I'm just seeing karma coming for them. All right, that's the best way I could put it. Why do I feel like when I come on YouTube, right? Because I don't feel this energy on Patreon. Why I feel like when I come on YouTube, family, it's like I gotta be PG-13. I don't know. But for some reason lately, family, when I've been coming on YouTube, I've been feeling like, oh my goodness, I have to be mindful of how I say it or what I say, right? But on Patreon, I give it to you all raw, right? I don't know. But I feel like I gotta be PG-13 up here for some reason. Right? I don't know. Maybe I might have some minors watching me. Get off of here. This is not for minors. But yeah, it's some things coming. Okay. And another thing, Southern Bellas, you all have to be mindful of the communication that you all are doing because in here, right? I'm seeing there's a disconnect here in the communication as well, right? It's a disconnect in the that's another thing. So the communication may not be the best, right? So I'm just saying that. Southern Bella said I need it raw. You're very welcome, Southern Bellas, but just be mindful of how you treat this individual going forward. All right. But this person who is dwelling in your space, right? Not wanting to leave, you feeling like you're miserable. It's time for you to take your power back, that's for sure. So don't live in misery. Don't live in a state of misery. Okay? Act like the person's not even there. If, like you said, you're not with them, there's no intimacy, you don't even, right? Do you and let them do them. But I'm just letting you know that it's getting ready to be a shakeup somewhere in there. Some things is about to shift, and the energy is not going to be so good for the person that's in there that is doing the squatting. I'm just going to say that, right? Hmm. Yes, Chrissy. Chrissy said, look at it as charity work. Yes. Yes. That's how you better look at it. Look at it as charity work. Yes. Yes. Black Gal said Patreon is more private. Yes. Yes. Right. I love it. I love it. Better to talk about certain things there. And I'm finding that out more and more. Right. Yeah. Um, Someone was just telling me, I don't know if somebody had put this down or like I don't know if somebody had put this as a post or the person had posted this to the individual, but someone was just telling me today a coworker that the man said, okay, a man, this man, the man said that he was looking for a nice female, right? But he want to make sure that the female, he's able to drive the female's car while the female is at work. And he want her to be able to have her own place so he can stay there. You know, sometimes people are just looking for a handout, family. You have to be careful, right? Especially when you get hooked up with these people and you bring these people into your home. You have to be mindful of that, right? These people, what's wrong with people, right? So you're gonna have free access to my home. You're gonna live in my home, and then while I'm at work, you're gonna have my vehicle driving around doing God's know what. You should be at work while I'm at work. You should be at work. What's going on, family? What's really going on out here, right? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to find out, right? I said I already made a pact. After my husband, there'll be no other, right? Mm-mm-mm. No, no, no. Right? Nothing wrong with that. Mm-mm. Some women they fall for that, right? They have the men in there eating, sleeping, getting up whenever they want to get up while you working. You doing all the damn work. You understand? And they doing nothing. Not even watching the children. And then they driving your car while you at work. And they didn't put nothing into it. They came after you got the home in the car. But they get to enjoy it all while you working. Hmm. Yeah, my coworker was telling me. I said, "Well, you better not let nobody in your house like that." No, thank you. Not interested. Yeah. Mm. Teresa said, "Please, my son is 40. He got set up for drug trafficking. Even in jail 6 months. The lawyer haven't said nothing. Please, can you tell me what's gonna happen? He's under $1 million bond in Alabama. Oh, geez. Let's see what the ancestors go out for him. Oh, geez. All right, Teresa, let's look into your son. I know I probably missed some messages up there, family, and I apologize, but I'm talking and you all know I can't keep up with all the messages. Black gal said, I know how it feels when you want someone out of your house and they won't leave. Yeah. I want somebody out of my house and they won't leave. Trust me. When spirit finish with them, they'll be running their butts right on out of here. Oh yeah. They be running right out. Yeah. Hmm. Sometimes you gotta do the old okey dokey on folks, right? Yeah. All right. Um. All right, Teresa. Let's look into your son that's 40. Let's see what's going on with him with this drug trafficking. The ancestors go out regarding him and his drug trafficking. Oh, child. Uh, you know what? Is that a bad He's gonna, you know what? Your son gonna beat it. Your son gonna be there. There's gonna be some things that's gonna turn around for your son. Although I want to let you know, though, all right, Teresa, this was going on with your son. This is a lot of the stuff that he has created. Okay. Whether I don't care whether he ancestors threw this out. All right. A lot of it is what he has created. Okay. So the things that he have been doing in his life. Sometimes that could just be sharing your energy with the wrong type of people. Okay. I'm gonna say this. Someone is going to step in and going to help him through this situation. All right. So it's going to be a switch. That $1 million bond is about to go down. All right. It's going to be set at or it's going to be set at a reduced rate with either he could afford to make bond or it may drop down completely. Right. But I am looking at him getting over this. Right. So beating this case. I am looking at that. Okay. Tell your son to work on self, right? Work on self and to make sure that he better be putting his prayers out there because the universe is definitely about to make some changes for him on his behalf. They're about to do some things for him. So he needs to be showing gratitude in advance, right? He needs to be going into prayer now. He needed to be showing his thank yous now. He need to be doing some things now because some things is going to turn around for him. That's for sure, right? It's going to be some changes in there for him for the better, okay? As far as beating this charge, this case, or whatever's going on in there, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he needs to be working on himself. Mm-hmm. And he needs to be in prayer. Right? He needs to be thanking the Most High in advance. He needs to be working with his ancestors now, right? So yeah, he should be doing those things. He should be going into prayer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, some things going to turn around for him. Um, change. Oh, Teresa said change. Teresa said sit his things outdoors, right? He claiming squatters' rights. So with the squatters' right family, the squatters have all the rights. Y'all didn't know that, family? The squatters have all the rights, right? They'll throw you out before they throw the squatter out. They'll lock you up and the squatter will be in your home because you threw their stuff out. Yeah, the squatters have all the rights, family. Yeah, that's why rent is sky high. That's why rent is sky high. Y'all didn't know that? Yeah, because people they go in here, they don't know when to leave, and then they don't want to pay rent. So now the landlords have to recuperate not only the damage that they've done while they was in their property, but all the money that they lost out on because you was living here for a year or two and didn't pay your rent. And I had to pay that out of pocket. You understand? So now the next person that they rent to, they got to charge them double the amount of the rent because they're trying to recoup some of the money that they lost. This is why rent is really going up sky high because people not paying their rent. That's why people don't want to pay their rent. People want to vandalize people's property. People don't want to do a clean out when they leave. They just want to do whatever they want. That's what's going on. People just want to do whatever they want. But Teresa, things is gonna work out for your son, right? I'm not saying that it's not gonna be a bumpy road for your son, but it's gonna work out for him in the end. Just have faith, all right? And you have to teach your son. He's 40 years old. I'm sure he should know, but that's your son. Make sure you teaching him. Make sure you telling him to have faith and stay in prayer. Things is going to switch around, right? Things is going to turn around for the better for him, right? Queen said Alabama just finished building this new prison. So they're definitely taking applications for any and everybody. Yeah. So that means when the blessing happened for your son, Teresa, he better know how grateful he better be very grateful. He better be very grateful. Yeah. Because the ancestors about to do some things on his behalf. All right. But you too, Teresa, you need to be in there doing some work-ins with the ancestors on behalf of your son as well. Okay. So please do that. All right. Work with the ancestors, work with the spiritual realm on behalf of your son. So once he doing his part and you doing your part for your son, things is going to turn around. Okay. Um, yeah. Isn't that something? They opening up all these prisons. Um, that prison, that prison that they just built. Well, they didn't just build it, right? That prison been built, right? That prison that they was reopening, that they done modified, that prison. They was going to send all the immigrants, right? And all the, I don't know, the high crime, right? People there to that prison, right? They just want to send them there to that prison. It's crazy how things turn around. Family, we got to be very careful in this day and time because, you know, me tapping into energy, and I know a lot of you all tap into energy too, right? The ancestors surely allow us to see some things, right? The now, the before, so the past, and the after, which is the future. And I'm gonna say this, right? And I don't care because people want to take this the wrong way. Some people gonna get upset at me because you know when I say certain things, people get upset. Why did you say that? Right? They come up here. I'm gonna unsubscribe from you. That's why people don't watch her no more because she throw her cards around like a what somebody call me a blackjack dealer or something. I laugh. Feel me? Let me tell you something. I get in those comments. I laugh so hard because I said one thing, right? See, I know my gift is real, so I'm able to laugh about those things. I can laugh because I say, honey, they have no idea, right? But I'm happy because some of them comments they make me laugh, right? That don't offend me, right? I'll leave those comments up there so y'all can see it. Right? But I'm gonna say this, right? In regards to this prison, I want you all to see how the universe turn and shift things, right? These immigrants were supposed to go there. All these high crime people, right? Supposed to go there because I guess they feel like nobody care about them. No, they don't care what happened to them, right? They passed that. People signed for it. They was all for it. Why do you think they got it built, right? People was passing that bill, right? What was that prison? Alcatraz or whatever, right? They passed that, right? So people was voting it in. Yeah, we want it. Yeah, put them there, send them there. And then look what happened. Look what happened. What y'all think happened? Right? On a spiritual level, because we're talking about on a spiritual level, right? We ain't talking about these physical things that these people, because some of these people they can't see past what they can't see past the matrix. Some of them is still caught up in the matrix, so they can't see that. But I'm talking about on the spiritual level. What do you think what was going on there, right? Yeah. Then the flood came, right? Yeah. See, their ancestors said, "Oh no, you're not. That ain't about to happen. We ain't about to put those people there. This ain't gonna happen." Right? Same day, they was gonna put some people there, open it up, move these people there. Hmm. You better think about what's going on out here. Hmm. Because there was so many people that was against it, and those people who was against it, that energy just shifted. Whatever they thought it was going to be, they done shifted. that because they were so upset that they didn't want those people to go there, right? A lot of families, they was upset because they knew their loved ones was going to go there, and them people themselves who was going to go there, who was told to pack up because that's where you're going to be going. Yeah. Hmm. I can't even get into it the way I want to, but yeah. He says, let's see, can you have the ancestors if the cloud speeding that anything to do with the flooding in Texas? Please and thank you. The cloud seeding. No, I just told you what it had to do with, right? I just told you all. Hmm. Yeah, and unfortunately, I'm gonna say this too because a lot of innocent people has lost their lives, right? And children, right? And we're praying for those who lost their lives and the people that they're still trying to recover, right? We're praying for them and their families. But some of their families too cause these things. And I'm talking about on a spiritual level, okay? On a spiritual level. I want you all to look at this on a spiritual level, right? And the reason why I say that is because sometimes we open up the floodgates for our own children because of the mean and evil and wicked things we do in our lives, our children pay the price for. Hmm. Yeah. So be mindful, right, of how you treating folks because they may look different from you. Oh, because they have made a mistake in their life, or because they may need rehabilitation of some sort, or because they are from a different country and you feel like they shouldn't be here. Because all that hatred that you got embedded in you because of how you may feel towards another, yeah, you got 10 times that energy coming back your way. Because remember, family, we supposed to treat people according to the soul, nothing else, according to their soul, right? Hmm. Yeah. Don't worry, you all. Some of you all don't see what I'm saying now. It probably didn't hit yet, but it'll hit later. Hmm. Because you got some of them same people that were signing those bills saying, "Yeah, we want them. Take them near. Yeah, where the alligators are. Send them near. Put them there." And then now look what's going on. Yeah. Tiffany said they said the camp was all white camp and very expensive. And you know, family, very expensive, right? Because I'm not even going to look at the color part, right? Because these things come in all colors, family, right? The even wicked things that people do come in all colors, right? But very expensive. So you know these people we're well off, right? Yeah. Because if you're sending your kids someplace expensive, you got some money, right? You making ends meet. You can do that. You're able to do that. And you tend to probably, some of them, not all, look down on people that are not like you. And you go and you sign the bill that says, yes, put them there. Put the people there. Put them there. Send them there where the alligators at. So it wouldn't surprise me that a lot of those folks whose children were gone or lost, a lot of their parents played a part in something, right? Now, am I saying now me giving that message? Not at any time am I saying that the children are deserving of what has happened. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is what we do as parents, right? Sometimes our children have to pay the price for what we do. You understand? So be mindful of how you're treating people going forward, especially when you know you have children, especially when you have children. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. Because we curse our own bloodline. We curse our own bloodline and don't even realize it because of the things that we are doing. Some people realize it. Some people realize it because some of them are into the dark things, right? So they sign these contracts and they sacrifice people too when they sign these contracts. So that goes on, right? That goes on in life. That goes on. Just what goes on in life. So yeah, family. These people, mhm, whoever decided that they was going to open up that prison, right? Blood all on their hands. I'm just gonna say that, right? There, blood all on their hands, family, right? Yeah, yeah. As things start to come out, you all will see and put things together. What I'm speaking of. Mhm. Hmm. Chrissy said, sure do. I pray every day for my kids, not suffer for my sins. That's right. That's right. And that's why when I found out what I found out, just by being on this spiritual path, family, my hand to the most high, right? I cried for days, right? After what the ancestors had shown me. Because I know after what I saw, yeah, my children can pay the ultimate price for the things that I've done in my life, right? So not only was I repenting for me, right, and asking for forgiveness for me, but I was asking, right, begging for it to not affect my children, right, because of the things that I've done. So, yeah, you better believe it. You better be praying every day over your children if you love them. You better be doing that every single day. Yeah, because our children can pay the price for the things that we do in life. It's like some of us is paying the price for what our parents done did. I know this person's such a good person, right? Such a good person, but just having a hard life. It's not even, it's not even a karma that they're paying for. They're paying for the karma of their parents because of what they did. You understand? Such a beautiful soul. hmm Yeah. You got to know how to get out that bondage. And sometimes your parents is the only person who could break some of these curses. That's why I stay in prayer and meditation. That's why I pray every day over my children's lives and my grandchildren too. hmm You better believe it. hmm Yeah. So yes. Um, I saw a video of them watching and waiting for the flood to start, and it was daylight, and we can hear the kids say we should run and get away from here. Yeah, and sometimes true story, family, true story. And I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show a lot of the family through some events, right? True story. They allow these things to play out. It's the matrix. So you know what that means? It's the matrix. They can know that the flood is coming, and because they want to get that one or two individuals, they will let everybody. They'll take everybody else out, so they won't even try to come and rescue you or the group. This is what's going on. True story. They can know that you is getting ready to hit a goal by a certain time, and then you can just stumble across, just say, an illness, and you got to go to the hospital. And guess what? I tell you, family, they always got somebody in there, right? They always got somebody a part of the Illuminati. The Illuminati is just a group, right? It's different societies that people are into. That's what it is. So they doing different things, all right? They belong to different groups. They doing different things. That's just what the Illuminati is. Okay, it's not just one entity. It's a bunch of different groups, right? Secret groups. The ancestor says they are secret groups, right? So, for instance, people that's part of the KKK, that's the Illuminati. It's just a group within the Illuminati, but that's who they belong to. You understand? So they can know that you are about to fulfill a goal. And because they don't want you to reach your goal, if you go to the hospital sick from something, guess what? They rather let you suffer and die before they help and save you, just so you won't reach that goal. Because it's somebody in every industry, a plant. There's a plant in every industry who's watching. hmm Oh, yeah. I've seen it with my own eyes in different places. And trust me, when ancestors give me the nudge of that person, I know they the plant that's there. They don't come to help you. They act like, and if you're not tapped in, you'll think that they're there to help you. They're not there to help you. They're there to get as much information as they can from you. That's their job. And to make sure you don't walk out of that place alive. You understand? Yeah. hmm They got them everywhere. It's one in the schools, it's one in the hospital, it's one at your doctor's office, it's one at the social security place. Yeah. It's one at the workplace. Mhm. They're everywhere. They one in the police department. They- oh yeah. And these people are programmed. 67 is programmed to take out 68. And some of you all ain't catch that. But my spiritual family know what I'm talking about by that. And that's their goal. That's their mission. They don't keep their eyes off the prize because they already know. You are the chosen one. You are the prize. And my goal is not let you succeed. This is what's going on in this world. This is the matrix. You'll be okay once you tap in and you know who and who not to trust. You'll be okay. The thing is, when that ship comes, right? So when that soul comes, can we dodge it, right? Can we dodge that soul that is set up to disrupt our life in some kind of way? We can, because the ancestors said we could shift that energy. But how you going to know if you're not tapped in? How are you going to know? How are you going to know that this is a setup if you don't know what you're looking for? See, these things has been hidden from us. Mhm. Mm. Lancel, burn up your insurance before they let you die. Yeah. Hmm. Or try to take you out of here before they have to pay you out anything. Looking into people's lives, family, I realize a lot of these people, especially in the music industry, that's what's going on. That is exactly what's going on, right, family? Um, before you can get what is needed from that contract, yeah, they make sure they take you out of here. They get somebody, it's a setup. They get somebody to take you out of here, right? So they don't have to pay you what they owe you. So they can get everything from your estate. So they don't have to give your family anything. Yeah, this is what's going on. It's ugly. It's a cruel and wicked world. That's what's going on here. Hmm. Yeah, and that's another thing. Yes, Chrissy, thank you for bringing that up because that's another thing. They like to make you feel like you're crazy or think you're crazy or have others think that you're crazy and you committed suicide. That's their number one thing. They love to do that. Hmm. Oh, they was crazy. They was going through something in the background. They committed suicide. They was having money issues and yeah, that's what they do. Hmm. And they all be in and on it. I tell you, family, everywhere is a plant, right? Don't forget I said that. Even on the news. So when they do they reporting, yeah, don't believe everything you hear off the news, right? Yeah, it's a plant in every industry, and they work together. When the time comes and they pull together, yeah. Hmm. Oh, the person is missing. They know damn well where the person is, but the person is missing. But they was having family issues. Went for a walk and they never was found again. What do you think happened to those people? Hmm. Yeah. Tiffany said that's why I love when Case went do the why on celebrities readings. Yes. Yeah. Because half of those celebrities, half of those celebrities, family, half of these people, right? Not even celebrities, but regular people, ordinary, everyday people, right? Um, they didn't all commit suicide, but somehow they wound up dead. And the reason why they're going to call it a suicide is because remember I said 67 has been programmed to take 68 out of here. So 67 be down with the agenda. So of course, they're not going to show the evidence that they got on 67. Why would they? 67 is part of their crew, their secret society. Yeah, the person committed suicide, open and shut case. That's it. Nobody's doing no investigation. Nobody's reporting nothing. You saying call the FBI because this need to be investigated. I tell you, there's a plan everywhere, right? So within the FBI, there's a plan too. Yeah, they all a part of this. Hmm. Even when I scribe family and the ancestors show me somebody's face, they show me their face for a reason. Because if I'm not tapping into a case or somebody's energy, I shouldn't be seeing somebody's face come up, right? In my scry that I don't know. Who is this person? I don't know this person. I'm seeing that face for a reason. So if the ancestors are showing me that face, and then I know that you're down with it. You're part of whatever's going on, right? Because when I tap in and the ancestors tell me exactly what it is, then I know you're part of it. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this world, family, that folks, I don't even know how to explain it, right? If you haven't already been on this journey for a little bit with me, because I know I teach a lot about certain things, but it's a lot, family, that is going on in this world that people wouldn't even understand, or they will be in such denial if if they saw it, right? Yeah, but wake up because these things are happening and it's real. It's a plant in every industry. Don't forget I said that. There's a plant. And they all a part of this Illuminati within this system that is the matrix. Mhm. And they all have a hidden agenda. The hidden agenda is that you don't succeed because they know more about you than you know about you. You know why? Because they know all the codes that they have been hiding from the people. That's going to go over a lot of your heads. But if you know, you know. So they already know about you because you've been programmed just like they've been programmed. I tell you, this is the matrix. Hmm. And as soon as people start to understand this, the world will be a much better place because then you'll know exactly what your assignment is and what you need to do and what you don't need to do as well. Because we got some people they out here they just doing things, and some people they programmed to do those things. They programmed to do that. How can you stop something that's programmed? Can anybody tell me how can you stop something that's programmed? If my alarm is set to go off at a certain time every day, how can I stop it from going off at that time every day? Yeah. So when we look at people who are serial killers and rapists, right? And I'm just doing a chit chat here right now. There are in certain realms they belong to, certain realms. We know who they are, right? We know who they are. We know what they're going to do before they do it, right? We got spiritual family that could attest to this. We already know what they're going to do before they do it because they've been programmed to do it. They hold that energy, and that's the planetary energy says that they're going to do this at this given time, right? This is what's going on in this world. If you knew it, you'll be able to stop it. And that's what the ancestors want us to do, right? The ancestors want you because the ancestors want you to know thyself, right? Know self and know your neighbors too. Hmm. But if it's hidden from you, how you gonna know? You understand, family? Yeah. Nothing's going to change in this world unless we change it. And that's what the ancestors said. The flood that happened, if you do current events, right? If you do the current events on the state of Texas and what is going to happen in the days to come, you can see everything that's planned to happen day by day. But who is really putting their energy out there to tap into that information? Nobody really. The folks who already know, the folks that already know, they could care less because most of them is part of it. They're part of the agenda. Hmm. But if you know, you can stop it, right? You can shift it. You can shift energy because you know you can stop it from happening. Yeah, exactly. They know they look the other way. Started with that solar eclipse in Texas. Hi, Kayla. Hmm. Yeah, that's why we should be tapping into our spiritual powers so we could be able to protect ourselves physically and spiritually. Hmm. Yeah. I think family had someone had asked me for something before I started getting into this, and I don't remember who it was. And I was going to do a message on you, but I don't know if you're still in here. Say something. I don't know. I remember looking at your message and saying I was going to get to you, but I don't know. I started talking, and I apologize, family, because it happens. I know. Dana Ray said me. See, could you give me guidance for the ancestors about my current situation to give me direction on how and what is best? Oops. Okay. All right. Let's look. Let me look at you, Donna. Dana. Dana. Okay, let's look at you. All right, Dana, what's going on? You going through a situation within your family? What is this? Like a disturbance, some kind of violent situation, Dana? Put it in there. What's going on in here? Because one thing I know you need some healing through some things, and your family do too. Dana, I asked you a question. Make sure you go out and come back in. If I don't know if you lagging or what's going on in here. Okay. Well, that's something I guess might haven't happened as of yet. My guidance was needed for the job. Oops. For the job I'm waiting on. Ancestors didn't bring no job out. Mm-mm. Nothing, no, nothing about no job. Right? Nothing about no job, but they do want you to focus on self, right? They want you to focus a lot on self. And you might be going through some things. Look like you need some healing from some things from what the ancestors has put out. And it may be some violence. Well, it is some kind of violence back there or family trauma back there, is what I'm seeing. See this about this job. Still nothing about a job. Mm-mm. Still nothing about a job. So I'm unsure. Yes, I need healing. Yeah, still ancestors didn't bring out nothing about a job. Mm-mm. One thing I am seeing, they just telling me about how you need to be the backbone or the strength of your family, right? They telling me about this relationship. I don't know who this individual is, what type of relationship, but this could be a husband or something, um, or somebody's husband, right? They're just telling me about the low vibrational things that this person is doing in here. One of the things that it looked like is it had to do with some violent nature. Okay. And violence doesn't always have to be physical, right? It could be emotional too. It could be some verbal things going on in here. I don't know. Maybe somebody has suffered depression surrounding you, or you even could have been suffering from some form of depression. Okay. But this is what I'm seeing. Probably your dad, unfortunately. Okay. That's what I'm seeing in the family. Um, the good thing is even I have to look at the job, right? Because the ancestors still is not focused on the job, but because the ancestors got some shifts that's going on. So basically, acknowledge some things. All right, I'm telling you right now. All right, um, Dana, acknowledge some things, right? And some things that you may need to tend to, or certain things that you shouldn't turn the blind eye to. Acknowledge that, right? It's important that you do that because not just once but twice the ancestors has brought some things out. So it's kind of like acknowledge that somebody has been doing these low vibrational things, right? So you don't have a repeat in your family somewhere down the line, okay, regarding this same situation. But also the ancestors is showing that things is going to turn in the area of your reward. So I'm telling you right now to acknowledge some things and speak out or speak up against some things, right? That's not right. In your family, in your family. This is in your family dynamic. Okay. Don't turn a blind eye to that because see, a lot of things that's going on in your life where I'm seeing that you should be rewarded for is like it's being held up because you're not doing your part on a spiritual level. So sometimes we have to break something in order to open something up. Okay. So it's like break a cycle, break a curse to open up the prosperity. Because I from what I can see, you got a lot of things that the ancestors want to gift you with. So the spiritual realm wants you to have a lot of benefits, a lot of rewards to your disposal. But it's some cycles that have to be broken, right? It's some things that have to be talked about. It's some things that must come to the light. So deception that must come to the light. All right. So I'm just letting you know that because that's all I'm seeing. And why I'm not seeing the job, right? Because you're asking me about the job. I don't see the job, but I am seeing the rewards in here. So I have to look at the rewards too as your job and all of your desires that you want to achieve, right? See, once you do some things pertaining to your message, you're going to get all what you desire. You understand? But right now, things might be in stagnation for you until you complete something. So if you're wondering why, or if you have been wondering why things haven't been happening for you, or things has been going left when you want it to go right, right? Because you still have to do some workings on your part. Okay. That's all. Okay. That's all. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. Yes, I understand completely now. Yes, I'll be more mindful and vigilant. Mhm, mhm, mhm. You're very welcome, right? Um, but as far as that job that you speaking of, do something pertaining to your message that I just gave. Do one thing, and you're going to see a positive outcome. All right, do it, and you'll see. Because the ancestors they wait until come and bless you with all of your desires, but you got to do your part too, right? So you want that job, start acknowledging some things that's going on, right? That shouldn't be going on in your family. Hmm. Yeah, it's not always what we want to hear, but what we need to hear. Yes, exactly. Yes, and you know what, family? Um, I never been the type, and I'm still not because you know sometimes folks is like, they don't want to hear certain things. They just want to know about whatever, the money or the man or whatever, right? But sometimes that's not always the case. And that's if that's not the case, the ancestors is not going to bring that out because that's not what it's about. That's not what your focus need to be on. Your focus need to be on this message right here is what the ancestors has given, right? Start working on that, and then everything else will fall into alignment for you. And see, that's what folks need to understand. And I'm not going to come up here and I'm not going to talk about something where it's not because that's what somebody want to hear. You understand? And I noticed that a lot of folks who view me, I learned that from that last case that I did, right? That they want me to perhaps just say what they want to hear or say what everybody want to hear or say what everybody else is saying. And it's not going to happen here, honey. It's not going to happen here. If the ancestors don't bring it out, ain't no need for me to talk about it because the ancestors ain't talking about that. And if the ancestors is talking about it, that's what we're going to talk about because that's what the ancestors brought out. Me as the messenger, I'm only going to read the message that the ancestors bring out. If the ancestors don't bring it out, how can I talk about the good or the bad in that because the ancestors didn't bring it out? But know that it's rewards and abundance that's waiting for you. All right, Dana, I want you to know that. But you must do something within your family dynamics first in order to receive it. Right? So if you want that job, if you want that promotion, if you want that raise, you better start paying attention to what's going on in your family dynamics. And if it's something that's not good, because it's not, because it's low vibrational energy, the ancestors already said, and I have somebody with violence, possibly somebody that's going through some kind of depressive state as well, you should be talking about that. You should be handling that. You should be, you understand? You should be there for that person. You should be acknowledging some things, right? And that's what the ancestors are saying. Once you start doing that, then doors is going to start opening that you desire. The job, the money, the house, the car. You understand? Yeah. And it's not always what we want to hear, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, Dana, you're going to see the shift that's going to happen, the positive shift that's going to happen from that. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hi, Francine. So, yeah. Teresa said, can you please tell me how much something on to get with a boyfriend and girlfriend? Oh, a good girlfriend or boyfriend. Hmm? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not reading your message correctly, Teresa. I'm sorry. And I'm up here is late, and I'm hanging out with your family. But hey, tomorrow's Saturday, right? I'm gonna be on Patreon Saturday with the Patreon family, and tomorrow I'm gonna do laundry. I don't want to wait till Sunday. I don't want to waste a Sunday to do laundry. Tomorrow I'm doing laundry. So that's gonna be my focal point tomorrow is doing my laundry. And then I'll be up there later with the family on Patreon. Um, I'm sorry, Teresa, I don't follow you on this message. I don't know. It could be because everything is so close together, and I'm trying to break it up and see because you all know, family. I be like, I can't see. I gotta get my magnifying glass. Once y'all start writing all of these sentences and paragraphs, right? Because when all the words are together, it look like little ants. I said this before. Look like little ants, and I'm like, what is this? um, yes, Blackjack. Let me give you a message, Blackjack, before I get on off of here. Answer, I love that you keep it real with us and straight to the point. You give what we need over what we want. That is what is needed. Yes, yes. Thank you, Ann, for that. Yes, because I try my best to tell folks this, right? But some don't understand it, especially those who don't really tap in or really don't get spiritual messages or spiritual readings. They don't understand how this goes, right? And I'm not going to just say what you want to hear. I'm just not. And if I don't see it, I don't see it. You understand, family? Because some folks they want you to just they want to hear what they want to hear. And I can't, right? I can't do that. Story time real quick, because I have to bring this up. I had someone that I was working with, and I got family that can contest to this, right? I had someone that I was working with, right? And some of you all probably already heard this. And I was helping this person get money, right? Because you all know I be doing tapping into energy. Yeah. I helped this person get money, right? This person kept coming back, right? Yeah. And I was helping them. Well, one day this person came to me, true story, and the person, now I don't help this person get big money now. This person came to me, asked me XYZ, whatever. And I said, I don't see that. But what I do see is you need to stop this, that, and that. Because if not, this is going to happen. Right? Oh, the person was upset. Right now, mind you, I have been dealing with this person all of this time, helping them get this money. Everything was grand when I was helping them get the money. Right? Oh, they kept coming back. Right? Soon as it was something that they didn't want to hear or they didn't want to follow, right? They didn't want to listen no more. They didn't want to listen because guess what? That ain't what they wanted to hear. See, because sometimes we want to hear all the good stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we got to take the bad and the ugly with the good sometimes. So they didn't want to hear it. Well, guess what? They was upset because I told them X, Y, and Z. Oh no, right? They didn't want to believe it. But you believe me, all of this other time leading up to this, when you was getting the money. Oh, my gift was gifting then because you was getting this. So you knew I was the real deal. But as soon as I told you something you didn't want to hear, you didn't want to believe that. You know why? Because the person didn't want to be obedient to it. Well, guess what happened? A couple of months later down the road, they reached out to me, and guess what happened? The same thing that I told them was going to happen, right? They cried and boo-hoo on the phone, boo-hoo on the phone. Now they say, what should I do? It's too late. Because the message comes to us, and that was your warning. And that's what I warned you again, right? If you didn't stop that, that was going to happen. And guess what? They didn't want to stop it. So guess what? Yeah, nothing I could do, right? I'm only the messenger. Yeah, I could go to my ancestors also and put some workings in on your behalf, but it was already too late. The damage was already done. You understand, family? This is what happened because people don't want to be obedient. Sometimes I see some things and I'm like, ancestors, even I don't want to do it. When the ancestors give me a message and show me that's what it is, I know that's what it is. So I don't go against it. I'm on it. I'm like, ancestors, I'm on it. And trust me, I'm on it, family. If it's something that I don't like, I'm shifting that energy. I'm doing everything I need to do possible to shift that energy. And I'm going to continue to do it until the ancestors say it's done, right? To let the spiritual realm know that I'm worthy of this. And that's what happened to some folks, right? They don't want to believe nothing until it happens. Then it's like, oh, they call, what can I do? What should I do? Honey, it's already, the damage is done. It's too late. That message came as a warning. You kept doing what you was doing. That was the warning before the destruction. Yeah. Francine said, absolutely true, Miss T. Be prepared to hear what you will need, not what you want. Yes. 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 All right, Big Jack. I think this was Big Jack message, right? Was that Big Jack? And I apologize, I had to cut it off in your message because I think it was you, Big Jack. All right, this message is for you, Big Jack. Big Jack, are you still up here? Ready to hear. Okay, this your message. All right, Big Jack. I'm gonna say this, Big Jack. Some healing is needed in there, right? And ancestors say after chaos and chaotic situations, that healing is definitely needed, but definitely look at the healing process and everything, the healing that you have done over the years, the healing that you will continue to do over the years, to take that all in, look at that and know that you are control of your destiny. All right. The good thing is that I'm seeing the creation in here and your destiny in here. It looks good. So it's like you can create these positive opportunities. You will receive some positive opportunities, but also you have to be mindful, right, of any kind of chaotic situation along your path. So make sure that you avoid chaotic people, chaotic situations. Just avoid it. Okay. Toxic people, toxic energy, toxic places, avoid it. Okay. This is one thing the ancestors are saying. A lot of this healing, right? Because this healing is like the healing is definitely needed. Not only am I seeing some chaotic things, but also this could be some things from like death, dealing with death, right? So somebody surrounding you or somebody close to you could have died. It could have been natural causes. They could have got murdered. Something else could have happened, right? But the ancestors is just saying to avoid toxic people, toxic energy, all right? And know that you are control of your own destiny and you can create positive opportunities, all right? also positive opportunities coming your way, but you have to do some healing in there as well. All right. So it's like you may have healed from something, right? You may have went through something, but some more healing may be needed in a situation as well, right? Some more healing is needed in some situation. I just got like this battle and conflict going on in there as well. Okay. Ooh, child. Okay, okay. Clarity ancestor. Ooh, child. Yeah, okay. Um, like I said, um, yes, ma'am, very much need healing. Yeah. And that's exactly what came out. Like I said, you do need some healing in there, but the healing is going to be rewarding. Okay, I'm just seeing that. So, do the necessary healing. Here's the abundance because the ancestors is showing that you need healing, but it's going to be worth it. Okay, whatever this may be, therapy, counseling, whatever you may need to do in there. All right. Sometimes you may need to just be in meditation, just go in solitude, do meditation, right? Put some things out there in the universe, right? However, you may think that you may need the healing, right? But I do see it in there. Okay, heal self, work on self. I'm seeing positive doors opening up for you, positive creation. So if you're thinking about working on something, any kind of projects or business or anything like that, it is going to yield good results for you. All right. So you're going to be prosperous in that area when and if you decide to do something like that. All right. But I'm just seeing opportunities that's positive for you, right? Positive doors opening for you, but still you must do some work on your end too. All right. Ancestors are saying the soul must do some work. And the way I'm seeing the soul is I'm just seeing healing in here. All right, Big Jack. That's what I'm seeing in here. Right. Um, the good thing is I'm gonna say this, uh, Big Jack, right? You is the only thing that is holding you back. I'm just gonna say that. You. So if you're not getting something that you want, that's you is holding you back. And that could be from fears of something, right? That could be from past trauma. So you haven't healed from something, right? Is not allowing you to go forward with something. But it's just you, right? The way you're thinking as well. So the way you're thinking. So be mindful of your thoughts. Okay? Be mindful of your thoughts. Because if you think negative, you're going to get negative results. Right? So think positive and know that positive doors is going to open up for you. Okay? That's what I'm seeing. And work on healing. Whatever area you may need healing at, work on that. Okay? That's what I'm seeing for you, Big Jack. But it looks like you're going to have a prosperous life in here once you heal from some things. All right? That's what I'm seeing. Okay, it's not saying that the prosperity isn't happening now and can't, but it's going to be so much more beautiful once you do the healing that you need to do. So once you do the necessary healing, yeah, it's going to be golden in there. That's what I'm seeing. Create something that can bring healing. Yes, that too. Mm-hmm. Big Jack said, "Thank you so much. All I want is peace." Mm-hmm. And you will have that. That you will have. You will have peace. Yes, you will have that. You'll be granted that. It looked like you have a lot of things that will be granted to your disposal. All right. Mm-hmm. So, it's so much process, take your time because it's for you and your well-being. Send love and light your way. Thank you for that, Francine. Jack. Mhm. Thank you, Chrissy, for those prayers. Chrissy is our prayer warrior, honey. Yes. You lost your job and it has been hell. Yeah. A lot of that stuff that you gotta, work on self. And, part of healing is recognizing and realizing that, something has happened in there, learn to accept it, right? And move on in a positive manner. So that too, right? So yes. Um, but it's going to get better in there, right? Think positive, heal from that situation, right? Because something happened in there, right? You losing your job, something happened in there, right? And you still need to heal from that. So you still need to get over that, okay? And you will, from what I'm seeing, and it's going to be a lot of benefactors at your disposal, also, right? But at the same time, right? At the same time, Big Jack, you can create whatever it is you want to in there. Don't forget that I've said that. So the opportunities that you're going to gain, opportunities that you may lose, is all up to what you do in there, right? So I want you to know that because I'm seeing where the ancestors just got that golden door open for you, and they're like, you know what? You can shift this energy whatever way you want, but you need to do some healing first, right? Hmm. I gotta walk away from this relationship to heal, and that's okay. That's okay, right? Because you leaving a relationship to do some healing, family, that's all a part of working on yourself. And you leaving a relationship doesn't have to be indefinitely, right? It doesn't have to be that we never going to get back. It can be okay because I need this time to heal, right? I need this time to work on self. And then when I am at a better state, then I can come back as one, right? It doesn't have to be a permanent thing. For some, it need to be a permanent thing, but it doesn't always have to be a permanent thing, right? Some of us need to walk away to heal, right? To work on self, and that's okay because sometimes we can't work on self together. Mhm. Some people can't. They can't do it. Hmm. So that's okay. And sometimes folks, weigh us down. That happens too. I feel like it's holding me back from my healing, and it may very well be. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Things going on in there, and the ancestor said you need healing from some things, right? You need to work on self. You got positive opportunities in there waiting for you, right? But you gotta do the healing. Hmm. So if you do that, everything else, and that's the thing, family, when we get these messages, once we do what is needed in the message, everything else fall into place, right? So even you saying you lost your job, you want another job, maybe, right? You want a better job than the last one, maybe, right? But once you work on self, heal from some things, right? Now, guess what? Everything is lining up. Then now what? You have a new job. You have a better job than the last one. You're making more money than you was before. You understand? It all falls into place, right? Once you do what is needed. Hmm. Thanks, family. Y'all are very much appreciated. You're very welcome, Big Jack. Chrissy said, Big Jack, report back next time on healing and to take baby steps. That's right. Right? You don't expect to see nothing overnight, right? Because everything is not going to happen overnight. Everything doesn't happen overnight in one day, right? It takes time. So, yes, most definitely baby steps. Most definitely. That's right. Some doors close to open new ones. You got that right. You got that right. And that door could have closed because ancestors like, okay, we need you to work on self. We need you to work on you. Now you got all the opportunity in the world because you're not working. You're not working now, right? Or you're not working there. So you got all the time now to work on self. What's the problem now? See, sometimes we be thinking what we think is a failure is really setting us up for our success. Because the ancestors already know that you need to do that healing, right? To get to the next level. Even if you didn't know that that's what they was calling you to do the healing on self and to work on self. But now you know. So now you can think back and see, oh wow, now I got to let off my job. Yep. Or for you to do the healing. There's no excuse now. Do all the healing you need to do. And now to move forward. Now you're gonna be on top. You understand? So a lot of these things happen. We think it's against us, and it's really for us. Hmm. So yes, you got that right. So I'm gonna get out of here, family, because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Little over 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been up here over 2 hours now, family. Yeah. So I'm gonna get off of here. It was lovely doing this chit chat with you all. It was lovely doing messages with you all. I love you all, family. This energy, you know, for some reason at night, like this time, late night, it's been feeling good. And I said that before, right? This energy feels good, right? So I love the family that's here, right? That comes during this time. I don't know. It just feels so good. Feels so good. So I want to say that I thank you all, family, for being here, right? I thank you for all the support in the comment section for one another, family. I want to say I love you all. Those of my Patreon family, if you're still on here, you all will see me tomorrow. Well, today. Today. You're right. This afternoon, this evening, whatever you want to call it, you'll see me all on Patreon, family. All right. So I want to say I love you, family. I want you all to have a prosperous night. And I apologize for those that I didn't get to, family. You all know I'll pop up here again and do this again. Right? So yes, I'll get some that I haven't gotten before. Right, family? So I just want to say that you're very welcome, family, and blessings to you all as well. I love you all, family, and I want you all to have a prosperous night.